Holy Christmas came early for a lot of you guys out there. We have a breaking trade between the Rangers and the Nationals. Nathaniel Lowe, he's officially gone. He's no longer with the Rangers. Walker Buehler, he's on a brand new team. Joc Pederson, same thing. He's on a brand new team. What happened yesterday? We're going to go ahead and recap all of that right now. I'm going to keep the intro really short. The only favor I ask from you guys, a little Christmas miracle, just subscribe. That's all I ask. Thank you. The first story, I'm going to get out the way real quick because a lot of you haven't even heard the name Wil Myers in quite some time, but Wil Myers is officially hanging up the cleats. The 2013 AL Rookie of the Year with the Rays, where he hit .293 with 13 home runs, and at one point, he was the most expensive contract in San Diego Padres history. He finished his career with 211 doubles, 156 home runs, 107 stolen bases. Hey, Will, solid career, man. And this is a perfect segue because this literally just happened as I was recording, from a former Ray and Wil Myers to a new Ray, Eloy Jiménez. He is their brand new DH, and he had a monster year back in 2019 as a rookie. He had 31 home runs, and that's really been his shining moment. Now, he did pop off in the shortened season in 2020 with a 140 OPS plus, but ever since that point, he has been one of the unluckier players in all of baseball when it comes to staying healthy. I mean, even last year, he only played 98 games. He had 6 home runs and an 80 OPS plus when he did play in those 98, so just a season from hell. The exit velocities were still there, and the bat speed is still there as well, so maybe it's not a terrible idea for the Rays to snatch him up, because you have to remember, the Rays will not be playing in Tropicana. They're going to be playing at the Yankees minor league field, Steinbrenner Field, which has the exact same dimensions as Yankee Stadium. It's 318 feet to left field and 314 feet to right field, so it could be a bandbox for Eloy Jiménez, and that could be a lot of fun to watch. We'll talk about the Rangers trade after this quick little signing. Manaea, I feel like we all kind of knew that this was going to happen. He's going back to Queens. He rejoins the Mets for 3 years, $75 million, but this time there is some deferred money. I don't know the exact dollar amount right now, but like the Dodgers, the Mets are finally using some deferred money. Manaea, he's a Met. We all know that Sean pretty much reinvented himself midway through 2024. He was awful from 2020 to 2023. I mean, I shouldn't say awful. He was still somewhat productive. I mean, a 4.4 ERA and a 9 hits per 9 isn't great, but at least he was eating innings. Then he joins the Mets and he puts up a 3.4 ERA and an insane 6 hits per 9 inning, and the moment that changed everything for Manaea was after he watched Chris Sale on July 25th put his offense in a blender. Sale, he went off for 9 strikeouts and 2 hits. The very next start, Manaea copied Chris Sale's arm angle, and he put up a season high of 11 strikeouts. He was nasty the rest of the season, and he parlayed that success into 3 dominant starts to begin the postseason before he kind of ran out of gas in his final game. First, the future champs, the Dodgers. So no shame in losing to the Dodgers, especially when they were clicking. And here we go, the trade between the Nationals and the Rangers. Let's talk about what the Rangers got before the Nationals, because the Nationals got the bigger, more well-known player. The Rangers are getting a reliever by the name of Robert Garcia in exchange for Nathaniel Lowe. Yes, the Rangers' first baseman, but let me break down Robert Garcia, because a lot of people are saying this is a fleece job, that this isn't even a fair trade. But when you pop the hood and take a look at what Robert Garcia has to offer, wow, he has a sea of red on Baseball Savant. Look at these bubbles. Now, granted, Robert Garcia's 4.4 ERA in 2024 was not great, but in my opinion, that was in large part because the Washington defense wasn't that great, and bad luck kind of crushed his ERA. His stuff would suggest that he's actually insane. He had 75 strikeouts in 59 innings. He's elite, like elite, at getting guys to chase at pitches outside the zone. And on top of that, he almost doesn't walk anyone. His changeup is one of the better changeups in baseball. He had a near 40% whiff rate on that pitch. So if he can tighten up that fastball a little bit better, he's going to be absolutely insane. Now, this is a great pickup in my opinion because, one, I think that Nathaniel Lowe is slowly regressing as he gets older, and also the Rangers are in danger of losing a David Robertson and a Kirby Yates. They could leave in free agency. That is who the Rangers got in return for their all-star and Gold Glove first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. If you guys don't remember, back in 2022, Nathaniel Lowe popped off with the power. He had 27 home runs, but his biggest bugaboo was the fact that he had bricks for hands. He turned around his career defensively after that season. In 2022, he put up a -9 DRS and a -10 outs above average. He then turned that into a 4 DRS and 11 outs above average since then. He even won a Gold Glove the year after being maybe the worst defender in baseball. Now, with that defensive prowess came a dip in pop for whatever reason. Again, he had 27 home runs and awful defense in 2022, kind of a prototypical first baseman. All of a sudden now he's a slick defender with decent pop at best. He had 17 home runs in 2023, 16 this past season. But the scary part about Nathaniel Lowe is the doubles also dipped as well. He had 38 doubles in 2023, so at least he could hang his hat on that. He had like 16 doubles with 16 home runs in 2024. And then you have to factor in that his exit velocities have regressed a little bit as well. To me, it's the perfect time to move him considering that, and he's going to be a free agent before 2027. But I do like this move on paper for the Nationals because Nathaniel Lowe is a World Series champion. He is a veteran, and he's going to really help out with the young studs like CJ Abrams. We all know what happened with him when he was out betting and playing poker or something like that early in the AM, and he missed the rest of 2024 because of it. James Wood could be a perennial MVP guy in the near future. Dylan Cruz and Robert Hassel, they're young studs with really high ceilings. Even the pitching staff is young as well. Mackenzie Gore, Josiah Gray, if he comes back healthy. I mean, DJ Hertz, Mitchell Parker, I'm probably forgetting a few names. Cade Cavalli, if he comes back. Nathaniel Lowe is a veteran presence, and honestly, I like this trade for both teams. And you have to remember that the Rangers already acquired Jake Burger from the Marlins. Jake Burger's second half was better than Nathaniel Lowe's entire season. Like, that happened. By the way, small tangent and side note, I think that this move means that Pete Alonso is surely a Met because all of the coveted first basemen are pretty much off the board, not named Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He might be signing an extension. If not, he's going to go to free agency after this next season and get $400 million. To me, this Nathaniel Lowe trade actually hurts Pete Alonso. It's pretty clear that he's overvaluing himself, or maybe now that he's the last man standing, the laws of supply and demand, maybe they're going to shift in his favor. He's the last guy left. You might have to overpay, or because he's the last guy left, maybe he's overvaluing himself. What do you make of Pete Alonso's situation now? We got to put the Rangers hat back on because not only did they trade for Robert Garcia after trading for Jake Burger a few weeks ago, they also just signed Joc Pederson. He is heading to the Rangers on a 2-year deal worth about $37-ish million. Joc just put up a monster season of 23 home runs and a 151 OPS plus, and this was 2 years after he had a 146 OPS plus. And to be honest with you guys, his 2024 stats would have looked even better if he was a 100% platoon bet. They tried him versus lefties a few times. He hit 219. He had an insane 22 home runs with a 925 OPS versus righties. The lineup looks lethal. If I just do it off the top of my head, we have Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, Joc Pederson at the 4, Adolis Garcia, then you have an Evan Carter, you have Josh Young, you have who am I forgetting? Jonah Heim, Jake Burger. And I haven't even mentioned guys like Kyle Higashioka, who is going to be a fantastic platoon bat potentially with a Jonah Heim, Ezekiel Duran, Josh Smith. I think Josh Smith won a Silver Slugger as the utility guy. Jacob deGrom is going to be back. Maybe they bring back Max Scherzer. They've already brought back Nathan Eovaldi. John Gray could bounce back as well. I like what the Rangers are doing. They just need some bullpen depth now. And they just picked up Robert Garcia, so they know that it's a priority. The Rangers are not done yet. Coming up, we have back-to-back one-year deals. The Boston Red Sox have picked up Walker Buehler. I cannot believe I'm saying that out loud because the Dodgers did not extend him a qualifying offer of $21,050,000. But the Boston Red Sox literally gave that exact same amount. So the Dodgers, they kind of just said, hey, Walker, thank you very much for everything. We're not going to extend you the qualifying offer. Be free. Because the way that it plays out is because LA did not extend him a qualifying offer and he left to a different team, they're no longer going to be getting a free compensation pick. Now, the Boston Red Sox did extend a qualifying offer to Nick Pivetta. Pivetta rejected it. So in one swoop, the Dodgers lose Buehler for nothing. And it was kind of a thank you gift. Thanks for everything. We don't want to hamper your free agency by putting a qualifying offer on you, and maybe a team doesn't want to sign you because they'll lose a draft pick. So they lose him for nothing technically as a thank you gift. The Red Sox, they're getting Buehler as a replacement for Pivetta at the same price they offered Pivetta in the qualifying offer. It was rejected. So if Pivetta leaves, the Boston Red Sox get a free draft pick. Wow. We all know the story of Walker Buehler. He bursted onto the scene. He was an all-star. He could have won a Cy Young, and then injuries and aggression really bit him over the last few years. But again, he just closed the World Series out. He gets a 1-year prove-it deal, and now I'm going to read this text from my editor, Pesky Talk, because he is a Boston Red Sox fan. The Red Sox now have these options for starting pitchers: Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Walker Buehler, Brian Bayo, Lucas Giolito, Cutter Crawford, Garrett Whitlock, Quinn Priester, Richard Fitz, I think his name is Cooper Criswell, Winkowski, I don't know who that is, Michael Fulmer, apparently he might be projected as a starting pitcher, not a reliever, and then Patrick Sandoval in the second half. Those are their options. And because they have so many top prospects, you also have expendable pieces on the offensive side of things like Masataka Yoshida, Wilyer Abreu. The Red Sox have so much depth that if they need other pieces, they might not have to spend money to get it. They can just flip some players around. And a lot of Red Sox fans are saying, hey, we're the Red Sox, we should be spending money, we're kind of cheaping out, whereas other fans are applauding the savviness. Which side are you on? One more signing, another 1-year deal, 38-year-old Andrew McCutchen. He is going back to the Pirates on a 1-year, $5 million deal, and I just kind of forgot that he put up a sneaky 20 home run campaign last year, and he still refuses to chase. He takes his walks, and just a fun fact from Fuzzy, he is one of 11 primary outfielders in the history of baseball to have 400 plus doubles, 300 plus home runs, and 200 plus stolen bases. I need 2 or 3 more average seasons from Andrew McCutchen, because if he can do that, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm calling it right now. Before we end today's recap, I have to pose a question to you guys. I want you all to let me know your favorite team in the comments down below, and let me know what do you make of their offseason so far, because if we take a look at what the Mariners have done, they extended an offer to Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana said no to Seattle. The Tigers are not doing anything, even though they just made the playoffs. The Padres, I think the Padres are the only team left in baseball that has not acquired anyone like an addition as a free agent or a trade. They've done nothing. So lots of teams, they might be sitting on their hands and just waiting for the right moment to pounce. We still have Corbin Burns, Alex Bregman, Pete Alonso, Gleyber Torres, Ha-Seong Kim, Anthony Santander, Teoscar Hernandez. I mean, even some future Hall of Famers like Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Clayton Kershaw, they're all free agents as well. So again, let me know your favorite team. What have you made of their offseason so far? And in your opinion, what do you think you guys have to add to make a run in 2025? Or if you're a Rockies fan, what do you have to do in general to get better? Let me know.